What is on? What? Oh my God, that was a horrible intro. I can't talk. I haven't been in the mood lately to do videos. It's just something personal with me, but I felt like I needed to do this video. It's a little bit of a touchy subject for me. Um, I've played this game since mid season 3, and yes, I'm talking about Fortnite. Um, I'm gonna say it. Fortnite is dying. It's not as fun as it used to be. Um, it's getting worse. I feel Fortnite's dying. But yeah. I started playing the game. Like I said, mid season 3. That was like, dude, beginning of 2018, I believe. And the people I started playing with it, I'm shouting these guys out, man, because these are the people that I started playing with. My one of my best friends is Zach, or as his gamer tag, Young Wolf X Bliss. He goes by Vise Wolf now. Um, he got me onto the game, and that's how I met all my other friends on Xbox that played Fortnite. Um, Psycho Master, as what he was called back then. He's now called Dark Psycho. King Daddy Shugs still has the same name. And Willie Savage. And there was two others too that played the game with us. He had like several names though. Stone Ops, Real Stone Ops, um, all kinds of different names. Um, him and Brooke. All those people I played Fortnite with back in season 3. Excuse me. When I first started playing it. If it wasn't for Young Wolf, Mr. Young Wolf himself, Zach, I would have probably never played video games again. Because Fortnite got me back into video gaming. I'll say that. Um, but like I said, this is a little bit of a touchy subject. But Cypher PK, one of my favorite Fortnite pro players, made a video on this whole situation that like Fortnite is dying. It's not as good as it used to be. Pro players, like streamers, are quitting the game, uninstalling because it's so bad. We're going to react to the video, and I'm going to give my perspective, my thoughts on what he says. So we're going to get right in with it. Here we go.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Cypher,
Wow.
and today we have a pretty serious video. As some of you might know, there has been...
This video, I do not own this video. This all goes to Mr. Cypher PK. If you see this, man, keep doing you. Love your content, by the way. Okay, here we go.
The hashtag rest in peace
Hashtag,
Fortnite, and also the following day there was the hashtag thank you Epic Games, or thank you Epic. And a lot of people are frustrated both on the casual and competitive side regarding Fortnite. And a couple days ago on stream, I basically talked for an entire hour about a lot of the issues that Fortnite is facing, both from a casual perspective and from a competitive perspective. As somebody who plays the game both competitively, I play the Cash Cups, I play in FNCS, but I also, do the Fortnite fashion shows and, random duos and squad fills. So I play both sides. I try to give some insight and give some solutions on some of the biggest problems that Fortnite is facing. So I talked about this for an entire hour, but this video is going to be a summarized version of that, including some OG, squad gameplay from way back. So guys, enjoy the rest of this video, and if you guys want more discussion videos like this, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more content.
Definitely.
It's never been as bad as it's been right now. The pro players are upset. The content creators are upset. What's going on, man? I feel like...
Definitely, man. Like I said earlier, the pro players are getting upset. It's not what it used to be And I'll say this too. I'm not that good at the game. I mean, I've never won a single solo game ever. That's how bad I am. But yeah, even I know, like players like me, I play on console. Players like me, I just can't hardly play it anymore. It's not like he's saying right here. It's not what it used to be. It's getting bad. We're gonna get back in with it.
Like there's no communication right now. You know, we're not really sure what's happening in terms of content. The game is extremely sweaty and competitive, even in the non-competitive playlists. And then you have these tournaments. You have these tournaments that are like, you know, I'm glad they're doing these tournaments, whatever. But like, you have these tournaments on very laggy servers. You've got a lot of just syncing issues and
another thing I just noticed too. I think he's playing the old 50 versus 50 mode. Dude, if they brought that back, I mean, I remember they brought it back for a while there. Back like not last season, it was like season 10, season 9, I think. But yeah, I think this is like the 50 versus 50 mode that he's playing, that he's showing gameplay of when he's talking.
Getting shot from behind builds and people running through your builds and turbo builds and the game is
talk over
extremely sweaty and competitive, even in the non-competitive playlists. And then you have these tournaments. You have these tournaments that are like, you know, I'm glad they're doing these tournaments, whatever. But like, you have these tournaments on very laggy servers. You've got a lot of just syncing issues and getting shot from behind builds and people running through your builds and turbo builds and
definitely.
And no one really knows what's going on with coin flip. It's obviously busted. We've done extensive testing with coin flip, and even though they said it's working as intended, there's obviously some inconsistencies that are very easy to replicate. Okay, Blank, just because one pro player is having a good time, you look at the Twitter feed, it's everybody's quitting competitive Fortnite. And then, so like on one side of it, a bunch of competitive players are quitting, right? And they're all getting replaced by controller players.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. Like for controller player or not, aim assist or not, the reality is that there's less and less mouse and keyboard players competing because they're all moving at Valorant, or they're playing Warzone, or they're just moving on.
Exactly. A lot of these old like competitive Fortnite players, they're switching to Call of Duty now. They're playing Warzone, the new Modern Warfare Battle Royale. They're playing just multiplayer on that or whatever else besides Fortnite. Some streamers started playing Minecraft because they were getting sick and tired of Fortnite. They uninstalled the game and went to Minecraft or Call of Duty or whatever else they could find to play to get their viewers interested in their content. It's sad. It's going downhill. We're gonna get back in with it.
They're not with it anymore, right? That's one side of it. Then the other side is you got people who make content. Like you got Lachlan talking about how he had to spend 5 hours to make a challenge video because solos are just so incredibly competitive, even pubs. Yeah. And then you got people like Fearless and C-Day not even touching the game since Chapter 2.
Definitely.
Because it's so hard to come across that funny, wholesome content.
Definitely.
Random duos are dead. Less and less streamers are streaming the game. More people are watching right now due to quarantine because people are home. There's more people watching due to quarantine. But in reality, man, like Fortnite might be experiencing their best season ever. There's probably more people playing Fortnite right now than there ever was. Maybe not there ever was, but like than there ever was in the last year. Because everybody's at home playing the game. Great. But the overall community vibe on both the very casual content creation side and the very competitive side are just they're it's bad. Pro players are
And that's another thing too. All like he said, all these people, like, this is probably the best season that Epic has had for Fortnite, because everyone, they're stuck at home, quarantined. You know, the people that don't have essential jobs, they're stuck at home. All these kids stuck at home, playing the game. That's all they do. That's all they do all day. They play Fortnite because they don't have anything else to do. They don't have to go to school. They sure don't have to go to work. I mean, unless, like I said, unless it's an essential job that they have. But yeah, they're stuck at home playing the game, getting better at it. We're just gonna get back in with it.
quitting left and right.
It's touchy.
Pro players are complaining every single day.
Yep.
And then content creators are leaving the game left and right and complaining every day about how there's like no content to make. Like,
Yeah, it's not even streamers. It could be just like people, like YouTube gamers. Like, I'm gonna name a few: PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier. What's that one dude that does all the Call of Duty zombie maps? Him. All those. I'm not saying those specific guys do like Fortnite gameplay videos, but even just the YouTube gamers, not necessarily streamers, even the YouTube gamers, they stop playing Fortnite because it's starting to get to be like not good content for their channel. It's getting bad. Yeah.
like the game has become too stiff and serious to the point where creating, funny, entertaining, wholesome content is just and there was an event today with Chance the Rapper and like this ad thing they're doing. What's going on?
And yeah, the whole Chance the Rapper, I didn't know that event. And he said today, but obviously not today, because this video was like made 2-3 days ago maybe. So yeah, I had no idea about that.
Where's the in-game events that we're used to having in a season?
Yes.
Every season used to have like a beginning in-game event and then end of season event. We haven't had that since the Star Wars thing, and that Star Wars thing was an ad. It was a hashtag ad for the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Fortnite.
It
was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was cool. But it wasn't even Fortnite. It was Star Wars. That's where the hype was.
Exactly. The whole Star Wars... Y'all can fight me about this all you want. The whole Star Wars event, Fortnite Star Wars event, it was just Star Wars. It basically had nothing to do with Fortnite. It had nothing to do with Fortnite brought into it. It was all around Star Wars. We had the lightsabers brought into Fortnite. The blaster rifles, like the Stormtrooper blaster rifles. Honestly, it was cool. Like he said, it was cool. It was a cool event. It was a cool thing. But it just wasn't like... We haven't had an event since then. We didn't even have a Deadpool event for the Deadpool skin that came. And normally, when my friend Willie Savage, that I play Xbox with, he said this. He told me this. He normally when they put out a certain skin, like we'll say when they put out the Harley Quinn skin, that was to promote the new Birds of Prey Harley Quinn movie. When they put out the Deadpool skin, there's no new Deadpool movie coming out for like maybe another year or two. And they just put Deadpool in Fortnite. And I ain't gonna lie, it's cool. It's a long time in the making, Deadpool in Fortnite. But they usually do it when they're trying to promote something, like a movie or a new TV show or something. Like the Marshmello concert. That was just something that Marshmello apparently wanted to do, and Epic made it happen. It was awesome. That was one of my favorite events of all time, man. The Marshmello concert in Pleasant Park. Loved it. But yeah, like he said, we're going to get back in with it. See what else he says.
I know it's
And this is, I know this is going to be a long video, so just stick with me.
like tough times and stuff, man. I'm not asking for a whole lot. I'm asking for like some just slight communication.
Yes.
And honestly, just be honest with your communication. Just be honest about it. Like, they came out and said, "Hey guys, we're not going to do any competitive stuff until we fix our servers." I got excited. I was like, "Damn, they're about to fix these servers? Let's go." 1 week later, daily cash cups, weekly FNCS, weekly cash cups, solos, duos, money on the line, and the servers are worse than before. That's confusing, man.
Yeah. Exactly. They said they were going to fix the servers before they did any more competitive stuff. Like the cash cups, the tournaments, all those, the solos, the duos tournaments, all that. A week later, they put them out. Servers were still trash, laggy, everything. It don't make no sense. It don't.
And what are you talking about? Like, if you're gonna communicate, like, be consistent.
Like, it's kind of like Epic basically lied to us. They said they were gonna fix the servers, but they didn't. So
follow up. I don't know what's going on, man. I hate to be like negative about it, but like, the thing is, I know I'm not a competitive like tournament player. Like, I'm not a Booga or a Tfue, right? I remember how fun it was to play in the World Cup qualifiers. Like, that was the most competitive event that Fortnite ever held. The World Cup qualifiers. I didn't qualify for the World Cup. I got close, and it hurt to be that close and not qualify. But it was fun, man. You know why it was fun? Because there was a lesson to learn every week. Every week, I was like, damn, we got to work more on our rotations. I got to get into creative and work on my tunneling. You know, let's think about strategies. You know, we land Wailing Woods. Let's think about strategies on how to rotate out this way and that way. And every week, me and Ranger were getting better and better, and like, it was just like, you know, we're just having a good time. We're learning, right? We're learning from our losses. We're adapting. But now it's like, dude, almost every death just feels cheap. It feels confusing at times, man. Like, if you're getting heavy sniped or minigun spammed, it feels like a ripoff, right?
definitely,
And
it doesn't feel like it.
I don't know what's happened, man, but like, people are beaming, bro. Control players have evolved. They have evolved. I think control players were just not at their peak yet at the World Cup. They just sucked. No offense. Only a few control players even qualified for the World Cup.
I mean, I can agree with that. Yeah, controller players. I'm a controller player. Like I said, I play on console, and all the other guys I play with. Controller players have evolved. We're here. I'm saying, we're, if not better than PC players, almost. We are getting there, man. There's a lot of controller players out there that I've seen that are way over the top over PC players. It's insane. Like, controller players back then, like, say, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, trash. I mean, there was a good few controller players that could actually do it. and do it good, just as good as the PC players, but hardly, just a little bit. Hardly any. But we're going to get back into it. Here we go.
They were just not at their peak. But
Exactly.
they evolved, man. It took a while because they're playing on fucking plastic, and rubber sticks.
Yeah?
But they've reached a point. And then everybody for Christmas got a PC. So everybody who used to be on PS4 and Xbox are now on PC with 240 FPS.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
hold up.
Like,
Not everybody. I'm still here with my laptop, recording this video from my laptop and using this ghetto setup. But yeah, not everybody. But I see where he's going. A lot of kids, a lot of people got gaming PCs for Christmas, and they switched to PC gaming on Fortnite. They switched from console to PC. I see what he's saying.
props to the controller community. They have taken over Fortnite. It's no longer like people. I remember just a year ago, people were like, "Man, what do you mean controller players? Only 4 controller players qualified for the World Cup." You know what I'm saying?
I remember that. Yeah.
Only 4 qualified for the World Cup. That's crazy. Only 4 out of 100. You know, if we had a World Cup this year, it would very, very, very likely be slightly 50-50. Either leaning one way or the other, but it would be 50-50. All the top duos.
Just thought of something. What if at the World Cup, the Fortnite World Cup, you have controller players, aka console players, against, we'll do like a 50-50, 50 versus 50 game mode. 150 is console and controller players, the other 50, PC. Put them all in a 50 versus 50 game mode and just let them go at it. That would be crazy. Whoever wins it gets the trophy. I don't know. But that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see.
Are PC plus controller. You just need that. You need that controller player to be.
And some like PC player. I know I'm pausing a lot, but like I said, we're gonna break this down. Some PC players, some of them actually use a controller. Not every PC player or streamer uses a mouse and a keyboard. Some of them actually use controller. And some streamers like Ninja, Tfue, and I believe Cypher PK, I believe they've used controllers. Myth, I'm pretty sure he's used controllers. Daquan, all of them. Pretty sure they all have. I could be wrong on a few of those, but I'm pretty sure. I know Ninja has. I mean, come on. I'm rocking a Ninja t-shirt. He's my favorite streamer. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Consistent with their shots, and you need the PC player to really, really tunnel and edit well, right? Like that. I feel like that's the God squad, is having one good PC player, one good control player for duos, and then if it's trios, there was a lot of good like 1 PC, 2 controller. Squads, it was good to have a mix of 2 and 2, and or 3 and 1 or whatever, right? There are just about the same amount of people playing with controller as there are with mouse and keyboard. If not, there is slightly more players on controller. If maybe, right? I don't think there's a single game in the existence of the world that has ever made a bunch of console players swap to PC. How many of you in the chat right now used to be on console and are now on PC? Just about every pro control player you know used to be on console. Just about every single one of them used to be on console. Just a year or 2 ago. They're now all on PC. And that's crazy, man. It's like,
I believe.
It's like, dude. It's like, it's just like it's been kind of cool to see the. By the way, I'm not complaining about controller. Don't get me wrong. I literally say I'm giving props to controller players. I'm giving props. Because at the end of the day, dude, like it's not even your fault if aim assist is too strong. Like who cares? Like
right.
Even if aim assist was too strong, like you're just playing with what you're used to playing. Like I can't be upset because somebody is on controller. That makes no sense. When people start like shit talking controller players, or saying like, "Oh, you suck, you're on controller," or like, I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid. If somebody
Yeah,
thinks
exactly.
the aim assist is too strong, like,
Now I know I'm pretty sure Young Wolf is gonna be watching this. Zach is gonna be watching this video. He, I'm not sure if he does now. He used to. He used to hate PC players. Like he thought they were absolute trash. He hated them. He hated Tfue, Ninja, Courage JD, all of the PC players. He hated them. He couldn't stand them. He was against the PC gaming community. I don't know if he's like that now. But yeah. I mean, at an extent, yeah, I kind of don't care for PC gaming. That's just me. I have my own personal opinion on that. We're just going to get back in with this.
people can have that opinion, right? So yeah, so like props to controller players because I think every time I die nowadays, it's to the hands of a controller player. I think there's a lot less mouse and keyboard players, and with Valorant, they're all on Valorant, bro. They're all moving to Valorant. They're going to a safe place because there's no controller players on Valorant. Oh man, it's been crazy, man. It's been crazy lately. It really has. Things are things are things are changing with Fortnite, and I don't want things to go back to how they were because that's just like a nostalgia talking. But I really would like. There's a few things I would like as a player who does both very very casual stuff, like freaking I do fashion shows, guys. Come on, like let's not joke. It's a very casual thing. Like we got fashion shows, and then somebody who like plays in the FNCS and like the Cash Cups and like like I like to take it a little seriously when it comes down to that stuff. I like to try, right? So you got a player who enjoys both the very casual side of Fortnite and the very competitive side of Fortnite. I do both, and I try to do my best at both, but of course I have to allot time to both of them. And just right now, it's like the content is very non-existent, man. I can't get into random duos. I can't do random squads because every time I do it, I'm matched up with another like sweaty player. I'm matched up with like a super serious like wannabe booga mongrel like making call outs in pubs player.
Exactly. All these kids want to do. They want to be way too much of a tryhard, a sweat. Like you don't have to be that much of a tryhard. I mean, yeah, I get it. You're trying to get the win, get the victory royale for your team or for yourself on solos. I get that. But you don't have to try that hard. Play the game. Have fun. You don't have to play every single game like it's a competitive sport. You don't have to play every single game like you're at the Fortnite World Cup. You don't have to. It don't have to be like that. Just play the game, have fun. That's why a lot of these people are uninstalling the game or not even playing it. That's why I'm not even playing the game. Yeah, I still have it installed. I'll check it out every now and then, like when a new season comes around or when something new happens. But besides that, I don't even really play it anymore because this is what's happening. It's sad. It's going downhill. It's dying. I'm saying it.
There's no more interesting like random duo experiences. My most watched video on YouTube would not be possible today. You think me and Aiden, the ukulele?
And look at this. Some of these streamers, we'll name them: Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tat Man, Ninja, and Cypher PK. This guy right here. Some of them, I mean Ninja, I don't think he's ever going to stop playing Fortnite. Ever. That's how he makes his money. Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tatman, and Cypher PK, now that's another story. They might switch to another game. Ninja, I don't think so. Fortnite is like his life, basically. That and of course his family and stuff. But yeah, I don't think Ninja's ever going to stop playing Fortnite. Never. No matter what game you show 'em.
Really kid would have matched up together
Wait, hold on.
in
Go back.
today's Fortnite up with another like sweaty player. A matchup with like a super serious like wannabe booga mongrel like making call outs in pubs player. There's no more interesting like random duo experiences. My most watched video on YouTube would not be possible today. You think me and Aiden, the ukulele kid, would have matched up together in today's Fortnite?
No.
This video with 15 million views after a year and a half.
No, hold on,
15 million views.
Hold up. Go back a little bit.
Aiden, the ukulele.
Okay, look at this map. I want to break this down. Look at the map. All the places. You got Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Pleasant Park, Snobby Shores, right? Greasy Grove, I believe that says. It's a little blurry. Tilted Towers, Shifty Shafts, Loot Lake. I believe that's Lucky Landing down there, I think. I could be wrong. Fatal Fields, Salty Springs, Moisty Mire, Retail Row, Dusty Depot, not Dusty Divot, Dusty Depot, Lonely Lodge, Wailing Woods, Tomato Town, and Anarchy Acres. This was the OG Fortnite map. This is the map where I first started playing Fortnite. This is the map that made me fall in love with the game. And my favorite drop spot, Lonely Lodge. A lot of people hated that place. I don't know why. I loved going to Lonely Lodge, to the tower. That's where I went every time I played solos. And squads, with me, Young Wolf, Psycho, and King, or Willie, or the others, we always went to Shifty. Always went to Shifty Shafts. That was like the spot. Shifty, Junk, or we went to Junk, then we went to Haunted, then after that, we went to Pleasant, and then wherever else. This was the map, the Fortnite map, that made me fall in love with the game. It's sad that it has completely... Now, there's still a few places on here, on this map, that's on the new map. We'll say them. Salty Springs is on Chapter 2 map. So is Retail Row. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just those two. You got a new and improved version of Wailing Woods called Weeping Woods, which isn't even, I mean, okay, it's cool. Weeping Woods is cool. It's like a real upgraded version of Wailing, but it will never beat the OG Wailing Woods. I'm sorry, it won't. Can't. But we're going to get back in with it. See what he has to say.
Ukulele kid would have matched up together in today's Fortnite. This video with 15 million views after a year and a half.
Dang.
15 million views. 274,000 likes. Is not possible in today's Fortnite.
Definitely.
I would never get matched up with Zoom Aiden. I would never get matched up with him. He's a kid. He's probably got a lot better since we played in the past. You can't do this anymore because when I get into random duos and I look up the person's stats who I'm matched up with, bro, I only get matched up with people who have like at least 500 wins and like 10,000 kills and like at least a 5% win rate or higher, and usually they're just like serious, or they don't even have a mic, or they're just like making call outs, or just like no small talk. It's right.
Exactly.
Like there's that, right? So like that's out of the way. Like what happened to playing squads in the morning with the boys? With Courage, with Tim, with Ninja, Lupo, you know?
Yes. Getting up in the mornings. Loading into Fortnite on squads. Playing Fortnite with the boys. The squad. Me. Young Wolf. Psycho. King. Willie. Real. Brooke. All of them. What happened to that? It's like we can't even do it no more. I mean, we can still do it, but it's not the same. It's not. It's
Nick Merckx when he got on early, like people
Nick Merckx.
people were excited to watch like the content creators get on and squat up and try out the new content. Like, oh, we're gonna go check out the shockwave nades or the impulse nades this week. Oh my god, Lupo impulse ninja off the mountain. Lull in the chat, We're not doing that anymore because do you notice that every time in the past 6 months where we've played squads with the boys, every time it devolves into us just like oh my god, we're just getting stream sniped by sweaty players. Like because it's skill-based matchmaking, right? So it's like there's a smaller pool of people to play with, which means it's easier to get stream sniped. And then not just that, the people who stream snipe you have to be decent at the game to even be in your lobby. So you're getting stream sniped easier by better players. Every time I've played with Ninja or Courage or Tim or Lupo or Nick, just like casual squad games or duos, it very quickly turns into just a stream snipe fest where the fun of the game just gets thrown off, right?
Exactly.
And you spend most of the lobby trying to find people because everybody's dead in the first 10 minutes, right? So the games themselves don't feel satisfying to play out. The games themselves are kind of just like, they're kind of a drag. If you land...
And that all depends also where you land. Like if you land, say, okay, in the new map, the new Chapter 2 map, say you land Lazy Lake, you're probably going to die in the next 10 to 5 minutes. Lazy Lake, Retail, Pleasant Park, even Holly Hedges. If you land at one of those places, you're most likely going to die in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Back then, it wasn't like that. You could land at Tilted back then, and you could possibly, if you try hard enough, or if you just try, you could run Tilted. You can eliminate almost every single person, every single player in Tilted, either by yourself or with a duo or with a squad. You can't do that now, because you'll get stream sniped or you'll get eliminated the first 5 to 10 minutes in. The first 5 to 10 minutes when you land. Or sometimes you'll even get sniped while you're gliding in or shot down when you're gliding in. Like you won't even have the chance to land. It's sad. It's sad.
Somewhere, you land at the agency. You have to land at the agency because if you don't, you're not going to find anybody else. You kill 5 to 10 people at the agency.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 10 people left in the game. And the whole map is 20% bigger than the old map with very minimal mobility compared to the old map.
Right.
So that's like the content side of things are just, woo, they're ruined. They are ruined on all fronts. Random duos, squads with the boys, checking out new content, just ruined, right? Then on the other side, on the other side of the spectrum, on the competitive side, there's very little communication.
Right.
Right? There's very little communication between the competitive team and the competitive players. To be honest with you, like, I think I know why my friends like Courage and Tim, who have been playing a lot of other games, are not as likely to come back to Fortnite. And Lupo too. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. When Tim, Courage, and Lupo were playing the game every single day.
And notice, he is putting clips, like old streams or old videos, in the background of some of his best games he's ever done. This was back in the days, the good old Fortnite days, where you can actually have fun with the game. Back when, see, look at that on the left of the video. He's smiling because he's having so much fun. Over here, he don't look happy, dude. He don't look happy with Fortnite or Epic. It's sad. It really is.
They were good enough to do well against other top players in pubs. Okay, I'm talking about pubs. I'm not talking about boogas and whatnot. Okay, but now that they're playing other games, naturally their Fortnite skill will slowly decrease over time. But when they come back to Fortnite, their matchmaking rank is still high, so they're still going to go against really good players while their natural skill has declined, but their rank is still high enough to go against the other top pub players, right?
Exactly.
So then they come back, and then maybe they're getting stream sniped, or they're not winning. Like they're having a hard time just simply getting a dub, right? So then they're like, man, I don't want to play Fortnite. Every time I play Fortnite, it's just a very sweaty experience. There's a bunch of stream snipers because it's easier to stream snipe now, and they're just less likely to play. This happened with me and Apex Legends. I liked Apex Legends a lot. I did all the sponsored Apex streams, and it's always a good time when I hop on Apex with Nick and HD, especially when it's a new season and there's new stuff and it's exciting. Apex Legends at one point added skill-based matchmaking, and this is not like, I'm not saying skill-based matchmaking should be removed, but I'm just sharing an experience. I played Apex. I was pretty good at it season 1 and season 2. When I was playing with my streamer friends, we were winning like every third or fourth game. Like we were doing well. We were winning a lot. Then they added skill-based matchmaking like beginning of season 3, and then when I came back in season 4 to do the sponsored Apex stream, we played for 8 hours. We got 1 win, barely, right? And the whole time we were just getting dunked on by people who played Apex every day, and they're just really good, right? So we were good, and our matchmaking rank was high. But since we stopped playing for a few months, naturally our Apex skill would go down, right? But our rank would stay consistent. And then when we come back, we're back to playing against top players who've been playing every day. But we're not top players that play every day. So we just get our ass kicked. But listen, why is the camera so blurry? But listen, we're still good enough. Even while we're getting our ass kicked, we're still good enough to make it to endgame, or to get 1 win every few hours or every 8 hours that we did, to get some kills here and there. We're still good enough to keep our matchmaking rank high enough to where we're still going to go against the top dogs in Apex, but we're not going to get easy games. So every game is just going to be, and then if like,
and see, it's even happening in Apex. I played a few games of Apex. I liked it when it first came out, but I recently played it just by myself, I think, and then another time I played with a friend. It's starting to get bad. Apex Legends is starting to get bad too. I think they're taking way too much stuff from Fortnite, and Fortnite's taking way too much stuff from Apex. Like they're trying to combine. They're both getting bad. I basically uninstalled Apex. There's no point in having it if I'm not going to play it. I mean, yeah, Fortnite I'm going to play every now and then. But Apex I'm not going to play. So I uninstalled it. Simple as that.
If they added, if they didn't have skill-based matchmaking, you would sometimes get into a game with people of equal skill. Sometimes you'd have one guy that was really good, one guy that's really bad, or a mix. Like it's a mixed bag. So sometimes you get your ass kicked. Sometimes you do the ass kicking, and sometimes it's pretty close, right? And that's, to me, that's the best experience, is when you go into a match and you could literally run into anybody. You could run into Booga, Tim the Tatman, Los Poyos, random person from the stream, couple stream snipers. It was open. And I feel like that's where the best content happened. It's just like the randomness of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's the content side. Now I keep going back to the content, but let me talk real quick about the competitive side. The competitive side of Fortnite, we've seen a decrease in the communication with the competitive team and the competitive players, right? We've seen a decrease in the performance of the servers, especially for competitive. I used to remember that the servers were laggy towards endgame when it's a very stacked lobby. Like if you've got over 40 people in moving circles, you would get lag and frame drops. And that's kind of what you expected going into a stacked endgame. But I don't remember the servers being so laggy in the beginning of a match. Just excruciatingly laggy, delayed.
Definitely.
Just things aren't inputting properly in the beginning of a match. When there's like 80 players, some of these FNCS lobbies were starting with 80 players, and right off the rip in the pregame lobby, you're just kind of like hitching and the builds are coming out slow and so like the server performance is really bad compared to before. The communication is super low, and then because of the lack of patch notes, you as a competitive player have to rely on third-party sources to find out what's changing in your competitive game. You don't know if shotguns have been buffed or nerfed or ARs. You don't even know if the new item that just got released is an arena or not until you get in there and check it for yourself. Like,
exactly.
You gotta trial and error, and you don't have patch notes to look at and be like, okay, so maybe I have to adjust my landing spot because this got changed, or maybe I have to adjust this because that got changed, or maybe I should switch from linear to exponential because they just recently nerfed linear or buffed exponential or whatever. You have none of that information. You find out the day of the tournament. Literally, one of the porta potties outside of Misty that I used to get in, and it would take me to Lazy Lake. Last week, when I was playing the FNCS, or the week before, I got in there, and it took me to another part. It didn't take me to Lazy Lake.
Right.
And then they changed that same week. I found out that they changed it in the middle of a tournament.
Exactly. They change. My friend Young Wolf that I play with on Xbox, on Fortnite, or whatever else, changed on him. He went into a porta potty or a telephone or whatever, even a dumpster, and it took him to somewhere different that he didn't expect it to bring him to. They're changing too much stuff as well. It's getting bad.
Hold on
1 sec.
Like, I didn't get killed by it, but like, imagine if I did. Like, imagine finding out big changes or small in the middle of a tournament.
Exactly.
Like, that's disappointing. And then you're seeing this situation where they're like, okay, guys, we're not gonna put helicopters in arena or competitive because we're trying to make competitive. But no, you're not.
No.
Like, you can't just halfway do it. Like, if you're not gonna put crash pads and proximity mines and helicopters in competitive, like, you've got to keep the mythic items out, the NPCs, the miniguns, the heavy snipers that are abundant.
Exactly.
There's never been more heavy snipers and miniguns in the game ever at any point at any time.
Exactly.
So, like,
another thing, you can't hardly, like you said, with the heavy snipers, you find more heavy snipers in the game, like from chests or whatever, than you do the regular bolt action or the suppressed sniper. Honestly, me, myself, I prefer the suppressed sniper because it's more quiet and I think it's more accurate. The heavy sniper is loud. You shoot that thing, someone can scope you out and find you easier than they could with the suppressed sniper. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Seriously, I want someone to tell me I am wrong. Because I'm not. It's true.
Everyone, we know heavy snipers are inconvenient and not very competitive. Getting hit for 150 in the body or in the feet is a frustrating experience. Getting double heavy sniped is frustrating. Getting minigun spammed when the server is laggy and the bullets are going through your wall, your turbo builds, every other bullet is hitting you in the face, is frustrating and not competitive. Yet those things are in the game and they're abundant and they're easy to find. But God forbid, the helicopters that would not be a problem to being competitive are not for some reason. I'm not saying they should put helicopters in competitive. What I'm saying is if you're gonna do this thing where you're keeping some guns out of competitive and some aspects of the game, like Deadpool wasn't in competitive for a week or two, they're trying to take that approach. But if you're gonna do that, just go all in. Just go all in and actually create a balanced competitive loot pool that makes sense. Don't even talk to me. Bring in a bunch of...
And something else I want to say too. If you're gonna play that competitively, if you're gonna be that much of a tryhard or a sweat, go to competitive. Go to FNCS or the arena duos or solos or squads. Go to that if you want to be that much of a tryhard or a sweat. Don't come into regular solos, doers, or squads and actually try hard. Play the game, have fun. Have fun with your friends. Have fun with your friends online or just with yourself. You don't have to try that hard. Have fun. Like you said, check out some of the new content. Like say when the proximity mines came in. Check those out. See how they work. It's sad.
Pro players from every region, right? NA, EU, Australia, Oceania, wherever, every region, just have some representation of every region, and just kind of talk with them, right? Have that line of communication with your top players, your top pro players. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about actual pro players, right? Create a dialogue discussion, create a Discord where they can kind of just give some feedback, and don't just. I'm not saying take their feedback and implement everything they say, because a lot of times most of the pro players are kids and they don't understand. They're just good at Fortnite, but that doesn't mean that they're good at balancing Fortnite. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they might have some insight as to what the competitive community is feeling as a whole. And one thing that I feel I know I'm talking a lot, but if you guys are fine, I'm just gonna keep talking. One thing that I feel is kind of important that I feel Epic fails at times or a lot is just the attitude of the competitive and casual community. Just the attitude that they have heavily affects the attitude of a lot of people, right? So the way you go about things, the way Epic interacts with the community can very heavily influence how the community reacts and receives new content or information, okay? There's been too many times where things are contradicting. Epic tells us one thing, but they do a different thing. Or they just don't say anything and they do something, right? If you give off the impression that you care, and I'm not saying they don't care, I know they care, but if you make an effort to give off the impression that you care, it goes a long way for everybody. If Epic made a post and they're like, hey guys, we're really sorry about the server performance lately. And we weren't ready for this influx of players. And as a result, it's affected also the competitive tournaments. And I know we said that we didn't want to put tournaments in before we fixed our server issue, but we really felt like you guys have been waiting a long time. So we're doing these daily cash cups, and even if it's not in the most optimal server situation, we're doing this just to give you guys something to play for, to look forward to. dude, if they did that, like, dude, people would be like, oh, we understand. Thank you. But then, but no, but they don't do it like that. They say, hey guys, we're not gonna do a tournament until we fix our servers. You get me excited. You get other people excited. They're like, oh, they're fixing the servers. This is great news. The servers have been running really bad. I'm excited for, I'll be patient. I'll wait for the tournaments. Next week, hey guys, daily tournaments, weekly FNCS, weekly cash cups. Everything's coming in. There's a tournament every single day, 3 times a day. Oh yeah. The servers, we didn't do anything about it. They're actually worse now. Like, so just the way you communicate, you could very easily like lessen the blow and frustration that both pro players and streamers in their communities experience, the game. I just really like this game, man. I love this game. I really do.
That was it. And he really means that too when he says he loves the game. He always has. Since he played season 1. From season 1 to now. I love the game. Fortnite will always hold a special place in my heart. Because it is the game that got me back into gaming. Before then, I was just on my Xbox watching YouTube. That's all I was doing. Before I even got my laptop, I was on my Xbox watching YouTube. That's it. That's all I was doing. And maybe playing GTA 5 here and there. That's it. I wasn't playing Fortnite or Call of Duty. I was on YouTube watching videos. But yeah, comment down below if you guys think Fortnite is dying. Comment down below what your favorite season of Fortnite was, or what season you started playing in. I'm saying it now. Fortnite is dying. It's going downhill. That's why a lot of people are uninstalling the game and stop playing the game. Like he said, these Fortnite pro players, they've stopped playing the game because it's not good content for their channel or for their stream. Quite honestly, I think if they don't make some big changes soon, there's going to be a lot more people uninstalling the game and quit playing the game. I highly believe that. Absolutely 100% believe that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this long video of me just breaking down what he said about Fortnite. Let me know down in the comments down below what you guys want me to react to next, what you guys want me to do, what games you want me to play. I'm thinking about starting to play more games and reacting, honestly. But let me know what you guys want me to do on this channel. I'll do anything from challenges to gaming to reacting to new songs, or I'll even do try not to laugh videos. I don't care. I'll do whatever. But yeah, comment down below what you guys want me to do. Leave a like. Help me out a lot. Share this video with your friends that play Fortnite or just even play video games in general. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.